Yeah, what up? What's popping with y'all, bro? The dude's a little quick, little late, little live and shit that we got going on. Cause working on this sample pack for Splice. Been working on it for a little bit now, but gotta turn it in. And right now I'm just doing like the last little tweaks and whatnot. So I figured, you know, to go live and just kind of go through a little bit of how we make these packs and whatnot and how to export them. I ain't gonna lie, the naming part of it is the shit that's boring, bro. Like, y'all gonna see. If anything, I might lose some. I might lose some of y'all whenever we start doing that. So I don't even know if I'm gonna get to it. I'll probably just do like one or two or whatever. But you know, we'll get to it though for sure. Right now, I'm gonna just open up the one that there's one of them for sure that I'm working on. So let me open that up real quick and hopefully it doesn't crash. And then yeah, and then even with these, bro, it's like we still gotta do a little demos and all that other stuff for the pack, and the demos got to be like fast enough to where just kind of showcase the whole thing, but but I guess like slow enough so people can actually vibe with it, which is cool. I mean, shit, it works for today's time because people just want to listen to like half a second or something and then decide if they fuck with it or not. Especially as a producer, you kind of, if you know what's up as soon as you hear it, you feel me? But anyways, so there's that one that you just heard that I was just playing in the background. But this one I decided to pitch it down. Let me see what I did. Yeah, I did pitch it down, but what did I do? What did I pitch it down with? What did I? Yeah, sound shifter. And then the other thing, yeah, sound shifter. And that one, really, I'm doing that just because, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, just because just to like, export more resamples and whatnot. It's kind of like, when you got an essay and you got to fill it up with a whole bunch of words. Man, that's basically what you're doing with these sample packs. Like you do something, pitch it down or pitch it up or whatever, switch the key up, and that'll do it for you. You feel me? So this pack is like more in the Flint trap type of vibe or whatever. That's what they asked for, and this pack is for Splice. So let me see if I can show you like a little bit of the way that like I gotta rename these files and everything, because I already started on some of these, especially on this one right here. So let me bring this window up. So look. So the first thing, this Flint trap, that's not gonna be like the the name. That's just whatever. But Splice original, name of the pack, My names are not usually on the sample pack, but it's more on the credits. So you'll see that on there. But anyway, so these are the loops. Then there's the one shot folder of the loops. That's like the drums and melodic. And then the drums, we got drum loops, the hat loops, percussion loop, and then the top loop. And then the top loop for that whole thing is basically snare, like the hi hat loop. Well, the whole drum loop without the kick. That's basically what the top loop is. And then we got the melodic loop, the individual one, which is like the stems of the loop. So you got your bass and whatever other elements your loop has, and then you got your song starter, which is like the full loop. Let me see. For this one, I might have started with this. Let me see. Yep. Yeah. So that's the one that we was listening to. So pretty much with that one, I already got some of the song starters, and then I'm gonna go down and probably start exporting these right here, the ones that I pitched down. And I ain't gonna lie, the pitch down version sounds better to me. I like it way better than that. But again, that counts as a sample because that's another thing too with these packs. You gotta deliver anywhere between like 290 samples or 300 samples, and then for the packs to perform well, you actually want these packs to have more samples. So if those packs have like 300, 500 samples, usually those are the ones that like they're gonna stick. They'll stick in the top 10 or whatever. That people, and it's all it is because it does have that many samples. But bro, trying to do 300 samples in general, man, listen, bro, that ain't fun. The fun part, yeah, it's like doing the samples is cool. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just more of like, bro, the QCing part of it, no, that ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see it. Cause yeah, I'll show you real quick. Let me go back to the finder. But so the thing is, like with the loops, this is what you do for the loops, right? So the loops, you gotta have the BPM in front of it. That's 98. Then you gotta identify the loop. This one is a song starter. Then after that, the name of the loop. I call that legendary. And then somewhat of a description of the loop, which is like glitchy. You know what I'm saying? And then the key that loop is in. And usually the key you only put it on, just the melodic stuff. You don't really got to worry about it on the drums. So that's pretty much what it is. Like BPM, describing the type of loop that it is, the name of the loop, you know, like sonic descriptions of it, the key of the loop. And then for the drums, same thing. It's like for the drums you do, BPM, yada yada, which is just a drum loop, the name of it, all that other stuff, right? And then if you do see, like the key on it is because it has 808 or has something melodic in it. And then this one is the hi hat loop, the percussion loop, and then the top loop. You feel me? And then, but see, the other thing that's weird about this though, some of the stuff you don't really have to put loop. Like you don't have to put. Um, Let me see, not for drum loop. Let me actually go on the melodic ones and the individual ones, because the individual ones, yeah. For example, this one you don't have to put bass loop. It's like the metadata or whatever. However they pick up the whole thing, it's just like that'll tell you right there 98. That'll tell the whole system that it's a loop. Which to me that's kind of weird because it's like, bro, why do I got to do it for why can I do that same thing for everything else? But I don't know, whatever it is, you feel me? But that's like honestly, bro, that's really the most annoying part of doing these sample packs. You know what I'm saying? Everything else outside of that, like the creative side of it, that's what's dope about it. That's what I enjoy the most. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like I know, Reg, what up with you, bro? So I know one of the things that that a lot of people ask me about, like how does the whole thing work? Like how much you get paid, and what's the royalties, and the other one, it's like what happens if somebody uses your loop. So payment wise, bro, you know what I'm saying, and it all varies obviously, but at least for me, I don't know for anyone else, but for me, it's usually $2,500 fee as soon as I deliver the pack, and then I get a royalty of 25% on the royalty side, and that's royalties based on downloads. And I don't know that number off the top of my head, but I kind of did like some, a little bit of math. And I think per download, it's like 10 cents or something like that. So basically, I get a quarter of that, 25% of that, which is cool though, because it does add up. Like most of my packs, most of them, they've done pretty well. So, in that sense, they gotta also too that advance is recoupable. So they gotta make that money back that they gave you in order for you to start seeing some money after that. You feel me? So you do that, and then after you get your advance or whatever, and then boom, it goes through the time because every quarter you'll get a check. So basically, what happens is like after that, after they recoup, then you'll start getting your money. You start getting 25% of whatever that pack makes. But the game with this whole thing with the sample packs is that you want to have a good bid in order for you to start seeing like some real money. You feel me? And there's been years that has been really good for me, and then there's years that it's like it's cool, it's whatever. You feel me? But it's cool. And then the other part is what happens if somebody uses your loop, right? I mean, the whole thing with Splice, as soon as you signed up, it's a royalty free form, yeah, royalty free loops basically. So it doesn't matter who uses it, it's royalty free. They don't got to reach out to me. They don't got to reach out to Splice and clear the sample. Nothing. It's cool. As soon, as basically the moment they signed up, to Splice, then it is what it is. You download it from there. Now I'll tell you this though, if you do reach out to me, right? Because it's a big record or whatever it is appreciated. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if that happens, then yeah, that's for sure. Like yo, let's figure this out. Because then I'll reach out to Splice and I'll let them know. Because that's another thing. It's like these packs are not. They don't. They're not exclusively owned by Splice. I still own them. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm giving them a period of time for them to use it, so they can offer it on the platform, and then it'll fall to me, so I could just be like, you know what, I don't want this sample. Let's take this out, or let's take this whole pack down, or whatever. You feel me? So that's some of the parts that's cool about that. So that's what it is. So it's like again, if you do use a sample, bro, and if you find it in your heart that you're like, you know what, bro, I want to look out for you, by all means, bro, reach out to me, and we'll work something out. You feel me? But you don't necessarily have to. Like, you don't have to do any of that. That's I mean, and the simple fact that you're using the pack, that actually, bro, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in many sessions before where I don't know, I don't know the producers or anything, and I got hired as an engineer. And bro, and the producers are pulling up my packs. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones, and that shit is cool to me because again, it's like that's a good little conversation starter because then I can tell the producer, oh yeah, you know what, that's my pack and da da da. So I go from being an engineer to session of actually helping, or co-producing on some of these records. You feel me? So like that happened to me, like at one of the Wale sessions, and then I got from that I got cool with the producer, Young Willis. So shout out to Young Willis. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so stuff like that. But it's cool though, bro. It's like and then you got the packs that I think they got the pack. The 504 sample pack, that one is probably still to this day is probably the most popular one that I have. And even when we first did it, I was like, I don't know how popular it'll be, or I don't know but that one went crazy. So shout out to shout out to Denise and Hot Sizzle for that one because they that's them on the vocals, and and that pack, bro, it was special. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it's bounce music, bro. That's what better way to celebrate New Orleans, bro? What better way to celebrate home to be able to share that? You feel me? And then to have Hot Sizzle and Denise on the sample pack, because I've heard those in a lot of records. Chris Brown stuff. Recently I heard what was the name of this producer, but he's like a Afrobeat producer or whatever. But he had Travis Scott on it, so it's like a lot of that stuff where I've been able to hear that, which is cool. That's the stuff I appreciate for sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Anyways, so let's get to it, bro. I kind of went. I talked about it, about the whole thing of like the naming of these files and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. So we'll go to this. We'll go to this first one that I already started bouncing out, and I'm see what will be the next thing that I have to do because I think the drums on this is pretty much done as far as like the exporting of it. Let me see though. Let me go to the one loops. No, yep, one shots, drums. Claps. I think this is yep. That's it. And then we got the kick. So let's make sure we got that. Yeah, I think we did. Hold on. Because I muted these. Yep. That's another one. Let me make sure that we got the snare to export it already. Yep. Well, I might have to clean that up. Like I don't know if y'all can hear it if you got headphones on, but there's like a little clip. Yeah, there's like a little clip on the end of that snare. So for that, is what we're gonna do. Let me see. Let me make sure I turn all this off too, because I don't want to, basically resample the snare, make it sound even louder or distorted. Which, if it sounds cool, sounds cool. But for this, we don't need it. Yeah, there's like a little clip on there that you can hear it, and that right there will get the sample rejected. By the way, let me see. Yeah, so we'll do that. That'll do it. Yeah, that did it. And then let me consolidate that. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. For some reason, if you don't consolidate those little fades whenever you export in samples on Ableton, I don't know what it is, bro, but it's like it does something where I don't know. It doesn't bounce it with the fading. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe because it's like such a short fade and such a short export. I really don't know. But if any of y'all know Ableton, like the back of your hand, bro, please let me know. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff with Ableton that I'm still not 100% sure about and or even understand. So at this point I just use it just because it's easier for me to to produce here and to create these samples. You feel me? But other than that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't understand, bro. Because I don't know, but it is what it is, though. Even the recording of it, bro. That's why I don't ever record in Ableton. There's many people that's like, oh yeah, nah, man, you got to do this, do that, bro. I've done that whole thing, and it just doesn't work. Because the thing is, I'm used to recording in Pro Tools, right? In Pro Tools, bro, like especially if you have like a strong enough, like powerful computer, man, you can have 50 plugins on the whole thing and still be able to record with with like just little to no latency, and then you're good to go. But with Ableton, it's like I got like let's say 5 tracks open, and then let's say 1 or 2 of those tracks they have like a heavy plugin. It affects the record track, so the record track has latency, and that to me is like I don't know how like man make it make sense. I don't know, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Let's go to this. Let's go to one shot drums. Let's go to snares, and then yeah, that's the one right there. We'll save it, and then we'll replace it. And then let's go back, open that up, and then let's listen and see. All right, now it's clean. And now when I'm mad at it, even though the reverb cuts off a little bit, that's cool. I'm not really tripping on it. All right, so yeah, I think for this one, I think I did all the drums already, if I'm not mistaken. So if we did percussion, let me see. Got the little triangle. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that out. The little laser, little zap or whatever. Let's see what we got right here. Yeah, that one got. Yeah, that one has that little click at the end, and that's another thing too with and this is not just with Ableton because I've actually been seeing this when you export and stuff just with any software. If it's like a short bounce something like this, it does the same thing. I'm not really sure why, but what was the thing again? Yeah. All right, we'll normalize, and then when you're doing these, they'll ask you to keep everything at -1 or something, not something down that line or whatever. Let me see. Oh, that's why, because I added this in snares. I wasn't supposed to be there. Let's see. Look, I didn't even bounce it with the oh, you can't even hear it. You see what I'm saying? Crazy. Yeah, bro. Maybe this will help right here. Let's see. We'll normalize it again. We'll do export. Oh, you know what? Oh, we got to make sure that everything is at 44.1, by the way. It can't be at 48. That's another little thing that's annoying, but I guess they got to save. There we go, boom. And then that snare, where we at? Yeah, that snare, we're going to have to do that one again. Because I bounced that at 48. But it's all good, though. There we go. Export that. It'll be good. Let me see. Legendary. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be at 44 right there. There we go. All right, cool. That kick has like a little click at the end, but I'm not mad at it. That kick is so low, bro. It's not even like a. That might have to, come up or whatever, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. But yeah, man, shit. Everybody's tapping in. Appreciate y'all. Y'all got any questions or anything, bro? Definitely let me know. Ask away, bro. That's what we're here for. I really did this live too, bro, just so that I can actually finish the sample pack. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I do be procrastinating, bro. That's like one of my one of my bad habits, bro, that I need to work on. Let me see what we have with this. We got the hat. Yeah, we got that. That's cool. That's the hat. Sap and try. All right, cool. So yeah, we do got the one shots for this, and I think we got the one shots for the 808 too. Let me see what we got with it. Yep, we do. Let me see. Yep, we got the one shots for that. But yeah, bro, let me know what's up, man. Because I mean, I know this stuff is not the most exciting thing to talk about, but again, I do see everybody's comments and everybody could be hitting me up and like letting me know that y'all learn a lot from these. So I figured this would be one of those things, so hopefully some of y'all, one of y'all like can do a sample pack for any of these companies, and at least you have this information that can, that can help you deliver good, good sounding quality packs at at the rate that they want you to, and also, at the quality they want you to. Because, like, all this stuff, it was like a trial and error, right? It was like, I don't know, I think by, like, the 5th sample pack, that's when I basically locked into where I was like, okay, cool, I get it. I understand it. I know what we're doing now. Like, this is how I got to do it. And then the consistency of it. But the one thing that I still haven't been able to figure out, is, bro, like, for the life of me, one of the things I'm still not able to figure out, it's how to rename these a lot faster. Cause like my whole method been basically, I'll go over here and then I'll export, right? I'll export da. Then when I export, then I'll write the name right here of the loop. And bro, that's time consuming. I'm not gonna lie, that part right there is the one that kills me. And like, I know they got batch rename softwares and all that, but I've tried a few and it just don't really work. Because again, it's like because of the way that I gotta rename this and the whole metadata and everything that they require, So with that, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, like that's probably the part that I struggle with the most. So again, if any of y'all, bro, know any way of or any software that to speed this up, come on, bro, just give me the cheat code, though, because this is the part that be killing me. This is the part that makes me procrastinate even more, But all right, so we know that I got the one shots already for the drums. Now let me make sure that I have the loops for the drums. Let me see, drum loop. Where we at? This one is the legendary joint. So this one is Let's see. Okay. All right, boom. So we got that. Let's see. All right, so we do have the drums, and now let me see the hat loop. I got the hat loop, percussion loop. Yep, and then the top loop. All right, cool. So with this, we are done with the drums on this. Cool. So we could just go ahead and mute these, and we don't got to worry about that anymore. So now let's see with the melodic stuff. Melodic. Let's go with the song starters. Make sure that we got the ones that we need. All right. So that's the first one. The one with the bass. And then. Cool. Alright, what's the difference between? Alright, cool. So then let me see. We got the individuals for that. Yep, we do. That's the one. Brass, synth. Oh, okay, so that's probably the thing that I didn't get for this. Let me see. So we got the 808. Alright, piano melody. So that's the same thing. So that's cool. So we'll export that. And I ain't gonna lie, this is something new that I'm gonna try out tonight, just cause I'm like, again, I was telling you, like, this whole thing of me renaming files, bro. That it's been a nightmare with this. All right, so that's cool. So piano melody. Let me see the low piano joint. We got this from there. Oh, and another thing, bro, that's crazy with these sample packs. Another thing that's crazy is this. There's certain plugins that you cannot use whenever you're making these packs. I think I'm trying to think. Let me see. I know Omnisphere is one of them, but like you can't use the presets of whatever other people created. I know whatever's recorded in there. If you make your own sound, then you're good to go. I think. But I ain't gonna lie, there's a good bit of plugins like VST plugins and virtual instrument plugins that you can't use when you're making these packs. Because I promise you, bro, that I don't know what type of tech Splice has. They will detect it. It'll get rejected. You feel me? For me, I've been lucky that I've never had that issue before. I've had issue where like I used the MIDI from like a MIDI pack, and then that came back. They flagged that down, but then I just showed them like, nah, I just used the MIDI, and then whatever, we just replayed it or whatever. But that's it. But other than that, they will find out. You know, and that's the whole thing with these sample packs, bro. Just like trying your best to do some cool shit to where people's gonna fuck with it, people's gonna like, and one of my things is always like doing these packs or working on these packs where whenever y'all hear it, bro, it's something that is like, damn, what is that? Like I never really something you can't pinpoint to like a plugin. You feel me? Let me see. Let me see. But yeah, so that's like the key of it. Like even with these pianos or whatever, we got this main melody. That's a simple melody, cool melody. All right. I'm trying to think. What was the melody that I had? I think it might have been this one. Yes, like this one. That one right there, bro. Yeah, even though it's a piano, you can hear it, you can know it's a piano, but just like processing it, with like certain plugins. And let me see which plugin. So that's another thing too that I do right. And this is just to help me speed up basically with that whole, the sample having like a little clip or click or like a little random noise at the end of the sample, front of the sample. I usually just freeze them or whatever. I think over here is like freeze and flatten. So that I don't have to deal with that, when I'm working with MIDI. And that's another thing that's weird with Ableton, that it's like you can't deactivate and hide a track. You can only deactivate it, I guess. And then in order for, so what I do is I'll just group everything that it's already deactivated, put in a folder, call it unused, gray it out, and that's all the stuff right here. But and I also do this just in case, like if I got to come back to it or whatever, I have the MIDI. You feel me? So I can go back to it and just like play with it a little bit more or whatever. Um, so let me see with this. Let me see with this piano. Let me unfreeze it. That's the one with the little glitch or whatever I was saying. Oh, I think I had played. So let me play that. Yeah, that's it right here. And then that piano is just that Waves piano. All right. So we got that. I got the Neutron transient, transient shaper. And all I did with this one is just cut the sustain down and then put the attack up a little bit, and just to make it sound, I guess, like choppier. You know what I'm saying? Then RC20, the Vinyl 2 preset, and I just tweak the preset a little bit, and then I'll go and I use this plugin I lied about Arturia, the EFX Motions, and this is the one that's like causing that whole little glitchy thing. This one is similar to like, I want to say this is similar to, man, what's that plugin in FL Studio that everybody be using? Grossbeat. It's similar to like Grossbeat is similar to this other plugin called Glitch. Similar to like I don't know, like a lot of these plugins, but this one I like the best. I don't know, just works the best for me. You got different tabs for the stuff that you can do. It's just easy to work. But anyways, that, and then another one of these just with another preset with the Transgate. So we can have a melody like, again, we can have a melody like this, which I do, and then another melody like this. And again, that counts as it's two samples. So now you got the melody, piano melody with just the without the glitching or whatever, and then you got that one with the glitching. So that's two samples, and that's pretty much what I be doing to make sure that I get to those like 290, 300 samples. You know what I'm saying? And then the Odyssey, I didn't really do anything on that. That was just like the low synth. I used the Moog on that one. Let me see, unfreeze track. Let me show y'all real quick on that one. Yeah, so without the processing, right, and then we went to good old thermal, right, and then we went to Volcano 3. All right. All right, so we got that already. So let's see. So again, we'll just freeze this track and mute that. Let me see what other track we did some processing. So that one got the same thing. The Triton, we can actually use the Triton to do these sample packs. Tubular Bell, Triton. Yeah, a lot of the stuff went on the Triton, really. Let me see. All the choirs. That's another thing. Let me show y'all this real quick. Unfreeze the track. There we go. Boom. So this is. And all the Arturia stuff. Basically, all the Arturia stuff, bro, we can use that for these sample packs. And honestly, bro, like since I started doing these sample packs, I kind of just been sticking to the same plugins, cause like I've dealt with that for years, bro. With like having all these plugins, buying a whole bunch of stuff, and then just just pretty much being paralyzed the whole time. Cause like, man, what plugin am I gonna use for this? Da da da. Man, bro, and I spent a whole 30 minutes, 40 minutes trying to figure out which plugin. You feel me? So now I'm just like, bro, it is what it is. I'm gonna just stick to these, the ones I like. And then eventually, once I go through every little sound and I know that I use this one, then I'll jump to something new. But yeah, so this one for these little voices is this. Just the tape mellify, and this is the reverb that I've been using for like the last year. I've been using this for everything, bro. From on my production, on my recording, and mixing. This reverb is literally the cheat code. This is like by far, bro, some of the favorite ones, especially for those like reverb throws or those ad libs or anything whenever you're tracking, bro. This is that. If you haven't gotten it or you haven't messed with it or whatever, bro, however you say it, ROM or Rome or whatever, definitely get this plugin. It's worth it. So the choirs, this how they sound without that processing. Not that much difference. Just a little bit more, a little bit more vintage, I guess. All right, freeze that track, and then we'll go ahead and mute it. Let me see. Where we at with this? That's frozen. Come on, bro. Don't freeze and crash. All right, that's cool. It didn't freeze or froze, but it didn't crash. All right, let me see. Where we at with this? Brass. What do we do for the brass? For the brass, we went to the Mellotron. I'm gonna get to that brass hit. I use Anna 2, synth brass, art. So the brass hit, let me show y'all that one real quick, because that one I did a good bit of processing. So it was this right here. That's what all the processing. And then dry. And that's this brass right here from the Mellotron. Simple. All right. But with the processing, just a little bit of sound design. And then, yep, Zoraturia effects plugins. That's the Buzz Force. And the Buzz Force, it's like I mean, yeah, it's somewhat like a filtering type of, it's kind of like Volcano in the sense, I guess. But, you can do, it has EQ, it has filtering, obviously, it has compression, saturation, and then you can mix match those the way you want, which is pretty cool. Buzz Peak. And this is just like it's like a clipper. And look, Reg, this right here, bro, if you got it, Reggie, try the Lavery Gold Saturation. That joint right there, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed. When I seen that preset, I'm like, yeah, right. You telling me that this gonna sound like a $10,000 clipper? It don't, but it do sound good though. It sounds pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. And then the other one, the delay brigade. This one's pretty cool. This is based on that pedal. Same thing with the delay take 201. Let's see what else. Op amp, just distortion, and then more distortion. Cold fire. Cold fire is pretty fire. I like this. I use this on 808s as well. And then refract. That's another one that's pretty fire. And then Valhalla Room. It's like and then one knot pumper just to give it a little bit of movement. You know what I'm saying? So. See? But yeah, bro, so that's pretty much it on this, So let's see. Let me go back to freezing this track. Let me see. That's gonna take a long time. But yeah, that's pretty much a little bit of, the processing and whatnot, bro. Hopefully some of this stuff is helping y'all out, I just be feeling like because I'm doing it, I'm like, I guess everybody got these plugins or everybody uses it this way. I don't really be thinking like, I don't know. I don't think like what I do some of the stuff I do sometimes I don't think is it's like special or anything crazy. You feel me? Um, Obviously that changes into like I'm in a session with somebody or when I do the streams and then all of a sudden, some of y'all like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even know about this. So that's when I'm like, oh shit, all right, cool. Well, let me let me show a little bit more then. You feel me? Because again, some of this stuff I don't show it because I'm just like, I don't know, bro. It's like I'll do it all the time. So I don't know. You feel me? So it's not that I don't want to share or I don't want to stream or whatnot. You feel me? So Jay Breeze, what up with you, bro? Was a question. So it's like I try using many tone. What was it? The tone shaper while recording, but it has serious delay compensation. Is that normal? Yeah, the many American plugins, bro. Those are heavy on the processing. So usually I don't use that on my record chain. If I use that on the mix chain, so that's when I'll slap it on. And are you recording in Ableton or are you recording in Pro Tools? You know, that's the thing. Because if you're recording Ableton, then yeah, bro, you might. Yeah, I don't think there's a way around it. But if you're recording in Pro Tools, yeah, just put that on your actual mix. Your mix on your your group or whatever that you're doing on your vocals. But man, y'all give me a quick second, bro. I'm about to go grab my. I'm about to go. I'm about to go grab my my Uber Eats real quick, bro. Let me. I'm gonna just play. I'm gonna just leave this a loop, but y'all just give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Yep. All right, man. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. My bad for that. A little gets a little breeze and shit. But but yeah, talking about these samples and just like all the processing and whatnot. Let me see. What was the question too with Jay Breeze? Let me see. Should I? And you're recording into FL Studio. I think FL Studio kind of worked the same, bro. When it comes to I want to say it kind of works the same, like Ableton. I think because I don't think I've ever recorded in FL Studio like that. I mean, I don't think I recorded vocals in FL Studio before. Like I've done. Let me see what I've done in FL Studio as far as like recording. Yeah, I recorded like synths and guitars or whatever, but like a full vocal session, yeah, I don't think I've ever done that before, And if I have, it's like mainly me just like doing some, just some weird shit or whatever for like samples and whatnot. But yeah, that one. But you know what though, bro? I'm gonna have to try that out. Let me see if because I have FL Studio. Let me see if I can open up FL Studio without glitching out my without glitching out my without glitching out my audio device. Because that's the I mean, luckily I got a few of them, so and when I was building the studio, that was like one of the things too that I did. I wanted to make sure that I had it was like you know different audio devices, so whenever I do stream and whatnot, or just working in general, bro, because I could be in Pro Tools working on an Atmos mix or just like a regular stereo mix, and then I can jump in Ableton and be working on a sample pack or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and I could do it without having to worry about too much switching over audio devices and whatnot, Let me see. I'm on the AKG, so yeah, I mean AKG is cool. The 214, and want to upgrade a mic under 1,000. For under 1,000, bro. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if what we can do for under 1,000. Let me bring this up. And even with that, bro, like so I pulled up RSP, and I mean I pulled it up because that's that's family right there. Because I actually work with RSP building studios, like building the Dolby Atmos studios. Build, doing all the integration and all the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's like I work with them very closely. You know what I'm saying? Actually, the my studio, the one that I'm in right now, I built. They're the ones who helped me with the design and the whole thing, and then we hired Brad Keeler, who's the guy, who's the contractor who did who did the construction of the studio. But as far as microphones, bro, over $1,000. Let me see, like good ones. And then I'm assuming you want a microphone that you can record vocals, you can record pretty much anything, right? Let me see, bro. And under 1,000. So look, this Telefunken joint right here, the TF17, that one's pretty dope. I've tried that one, and if I think that one is a tube microphone. This one sounds good on it sounds good on vocals, on guitars, pretty much anything. It really do sound good, and it's like that top end is similar to that to the C214 that you have. It's just a little bit smoother though on the top end because that it's the because it's a tube. You feel me? So it softens that up. But yeah, but mainly vocals. Okay, mainly vocals. Yeah, bro. So this one right here, the TF17 is pretty good. Let me see what's another one because I think Sony had that. Not this one, obviously. That one's 15, but yeah. And plus the Sony C800. That's one of the microphones where it is fire. Don't get me wrong, but you one you gotta know how to use that microphone, bro. Because and then you also have to be able to tell the artist don't get up, don't get up so close on that microphone, bro. Especially if you got a lisp, don't do that shit. Let me see. These microphones are pretty good too, but damn, I'm trying to see like under $1,000. Bruh. Yeah, under 1,000, that's where you kind of, but there's definitely good microphones for 1,000, for under $1,000. You know what microphone that I was surprised with? It was this one, the Universal Audio Sphere joint. Because they really they did a good job with the whole like emulation thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was impressed. Man, look, so don't the warm audio microphones. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wouldn't. Nothing against them because they do make cool stuff, but I just never really liked I never really liked their microphones like that. So just me personally, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't invest into that. You know what I'm saying? Just cause like I don't know. I just never really like how they sound. Sometimes they sound. It all depends on It all depends on what you're doing. I guess you feel me. It's like it sounds. It is what it is. But I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. Not with the warm audio stuff. Warm audio, their hardware is cool, but the microphones, it's like you gotta modify those a little bit more in order for them to sound really good. Um, Damn, bro. Let me see. Man, is they make good microphones for under 1,000 that I've used. Well, I'll tell you what, the TLM 103, obviously that one's 1,200, so it'll be a little bit over. But this right here, the 102, I actually used the 102 before, and it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Because I use this microphone to record vocals and a whole bunch of other stuff, and the TLM 102 was one of those other microphones that I liked a lot that I was impressed with, especially for the price. You know. So let me see. Let me see. Appreciate it. Nah, man, most likely, bro. Let me see. I'm trying to see if my homie Reg is still in here, bro. Reg, if you are, let me know what's up, bro. So, because Reggie's another one who knows a lot, bro. Like, if he was to do a stream, man, listen, because he knows. Thing is, he knows the studio and he knows front of house because he does live. He does front of house for PJ and a whole bunch of other people. So, you know, If he is watching, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he can give us a suggestion on what other microphone. I'm trying to see what other microphone, bro, for you that you can. Rose are cool too. I'm not, those are another ones that I've used before they sound pretty good. The Mojave ones are pretty good. Law and Audio. So let me see real quick on the Mojave joints. So the Mojave ones. So these right here, the bottom ones, the MA, the 301 and the 201, these are really good microphones. I've tried those before and they sound really good. And then Jay Breeze, are you doing mainly singing or are you doing mainly rapping? Like what's the type of vibe that you're doing? Damn, I guess the Law and Audio. We don't. Let me see, Law and Audio. Yeah, Law and Audio. Trying to see what other microphones they got. Bro, I hate these little things. Whatever, except though I don't care. Synergy microphone. Sonic placement installations needed, but difficult to achieve. So singing, yeah, singing, bro. I will go. Honestly, for what you're doing, bro, I will go with this one, the Telefunken, the TF17. That joint is the one. You feel me? Because it'll give you that texture because of the tubes. If vintage warm motor performance. Let me see, reliable part. I think it has tubes in it, or am I tripping? I don't know. I might be tripping. No, it doesn't have any tubes, but it does sound really good though. Damn near sounds like you do. But for what you're doing, bro, I will go with this one with the Telefunken joint. You know, try it out, and if not the 102, that'll work. Law and Audio, they make some cool stuff too. The thing is with these, that's when the price goes up. Yeah, cause see, this one it's 1,300, but it sounds really good though. You know what I'm saying? That's a really good microphone. The Synergy joint. Let me see with this one. Let's see, maybe this one. Yeah, I think this. What's up with these right here? Yeah, this one's cool. I tried this one one time. The LA 320. I did a demo with that one. That's another one that I was impressed with. It actually sounded really good. Let me see. And then microphone design gives you the music, good compressor associated, vintage and modern tube mic sounds. So, yeah, bro. Look into the Law and Audio ones and look into the Telefunken ones. I think those will be your best bet. And whenever you're ready, just hit me up, bro, because I can get you. I can get them for you over here at RSP. You feel me? And I could probably get you a good deal on those. So just let me know. But yeah, so let's get back to these. Let's get back to the whatchamacallit, bro, to these samples, because here I go again, bro. I'm procrastinating on this. You know what I'm saying? So I know that we got. I got the 808 loop. All right, for sure. So we got the 808 loop. Let me make sure that we got. I just want to make sure that I actually have that. We do. Yep, we do. So there's nothing on that one. So let's mute this. And then let me see the piano. All right, so piano. So now let's go with the piano because I don't think I got the loop for that one. Yep, I definitely don't have the loop for that one. So let's go and make a folder for it. So that one's gonna call piano loops. And even the folders are important how you label them because you have to use underscore for everything. You can't really do space bars or whatever. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. So you got to label them like that with underscores. You can't do any space bars for any of that stuff just because it's just because of how their system, I guess however their system works. But yeah, let's hit this Yerbo real quick. All right, so there's no clicks or pops in the front, and there's none at the end. Still gonna do a little fade though, just in case, and then I'm gonna loop it. Make sure that it loops and and it's like in sync when it loops. Yep, it is. Consolidate that so that way the fade actually registers. And then we're gonna export that piano. So we're gonna render as loop, normalize it 44.1 and at 24. So we're gonna do export. And then yeah, so this is the thing that I was telling y'all before, right? I'm gonna try a new thing and hopefully this works. So I might just do it. Let me see. I might just do it here. So I know this one is legendary. I'm gonna name this folder legendary, and I'm gonna go through legend. Damn, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna put that one in there. So what I'm gonna do is everything from from that session. It could be loops, it could be one shots, whatever it is. I'm gonna just dump it in there. I'm not gonna worried about the whole thing with the BPM and all this other. I'm not doing any of that. All I know is I'm gonna call this one piano, and then there's gonna be loop. So that way, I know that it has to go to that folder. But then now, shit, bro, now I'm over here overthinking it. All right, let me make a folder that's loop, and let me make one folder that's one shot. Boom. So yeah, we'll do that. That way I don't have to do all this right here. So I know for this one is 98 BPM, so that is what it is, and I know the key for it. So there we go. Because honestly, bro, that's where a lot of my time goes into just renaming these files, bro. And that's the part that, bro, is not fun. All right, let's see. All right. Now let's see. Cool. That look fine. Let's make sure we don't have any clicks or pops. Well, we got that. Kind of have like whenever I lifted my foot up up above the sustain pedal. So let's loop that and see how that sounds. That's cool. Consolidate that. All right, and then let's export that. Same thing. And then this one's just gonna call it low. And then drone or whatever, so that way I know that that's what that's for. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I think this little method that I'm trying out, it might work, to be honest with you, bro. So let's see. And then let's go with the choirs. We got. All right, so they got has like a small little cut that we need to fix. That's cool, but now let's loop it and make sure that it actually loops. Yeah, that's cool. That can work. I'm trying to think. Nah, I think it'll work. Yeah, I think it'll work because I mean it has this little like slow attack anyways right here. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Okay. Yeah, so I think that'll work. Let's see this. Yeah, that's cool. So let's consolidate that. Let's see what's up. Yeah, that's cool. So that's the choir. So we're gonna go export and we're just gonna call it choir. There we go. Instead of wait, hold on. Did it do it? Yeah, it did 44. All right, now let's go with the brass. Look at that. Yeah, but that's the 8-bar loop right there. So let's see if it, yeah, it has a little click. Yeah, but not there. It might be in the beginning. Yep. Let's see though. Let's loop this again. That works. Kind of. Let me see. Let's see there. All right. Let's consolidate that then real quick. Make sure that that's cool. And then also too for these samples, the like, so obviously the song starter has to be like a -1, but also the individual ones have to be a -1. So I can't just like, deliver them lower than the other ones or whatever. You feel me? But for that part, it's that's why I use the whole normalized thing. You know what I'm saying? And then especially for here, that's why I'm gonna activate my chain again, the mix bus chain. Let me turn down this though. And then the Ableton for the beats, my mix bus is usually pretty simple. I put a utility on there, you know what I'm saying, and that's just like it's like a trim plugin, like if you're in Pro Tools. But it just has a little bit more features because you could do the gain, you can turn it down or up. You can actually tell the source to be stereo, swap it out, just kind of like with the phase. Fuck with the phase, you could do it has a width button. Yeah, there's the mono right here. But then you can also bass mono, right? It has a cool, some other features that I like. But anyways, so that's like on the first. And then I put a filter bank EQ from Mac DSP. This is something that I've been trying. This is something new that I've been trying out as far as like EQ was, because I love Mac DSP stuff. I use it for I use their other stuff, but this specifically EQ, the 606, I like it. It's simple. I just like the top end and the low end, just everything about it. Like it just, it's a cool little low end and top end on this one. Especially the brightness. I love how it sounds on this one. I don't know if it's like trying to emulate I don't know, Pultec or whatever, but it sounds good. And then the next thing is the bus peak. And then I'm going through I choose the Lavery saturation, and it's just a clipper again. The bus peak is like a clipper and limiter, but I only have the clipper to engage. And then I got the gold clipper, the one and only. And then after that, the God particle. And then for this one in between, I added the sound shifter or whatever, but that's when I resampled it, which it sounds like this. Right? So that's when I added that though, and that's just like sound shifter. The Mellowfly by Arturia and the RZ20. Oh, and Volcano 3. So, and then that's I saved that as a preset because I like using that for samples, even for mix bus stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds dope. Like one of the things I do a lot when I'm making, when I'm working on beats, I use this chain a lot just to kind of give me like a different little vibe on a beat. Like if I'm, just to change the key up, just to kind of like a palette refresher in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Just refreshes the ear, and it also ends up giving me a different idea for what I'm doing. But yeah, and then God particle right at the end, and then decibel, which is just metering. That's all it is. Yeah, and I'll do that later. But yeah, it's just all metering. That's it, and it has a whole bunch of little presets that you can use. Actually, has a whole bunch of them, which is cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But another thing that's cool about this plugin, the decibel plugin, the meter, is that I can also send that to my phone, and I can send it to my iPad or anything. Just wireless. Because right here, if you see right here, yeah, let me actually show y'all real quick. Let me open up the. Actually, yeah, let me download it because it wasn't even active. But let me see real quick. So if I go on my iPhone, manage displays. So my iPhone, I just got to put an IP address on there. That's all it is. Let me see. Just a standard one, anyways. I'm guessing it's not. Is it working or no? Yeah, it is. There we go. Boom. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but let me see. Let me see. It's like that fucking thing. But anyways, so it's just like a mirror of. It's a mirror of that meter and on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's pretty cool because I could just have my phone as an extra, as an extra display, or an iPad or whatever. You feel me? Instead of me having to connect another, instead of me having to connect another screen or whatever. You feel me? So that it's cool. I like it. Let me see, but yeah. So now we got the choir. Did we get the brass? Nope, we haven't gotten the brass yet. Yeah, no, we haven't. So let me add that. Yes, sir. Let me do the brass, render as loop, normalize 44, and then, yep, 24-bit. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to call this one brass 1. Instead of me having to spend, 10, 15 minutes on labeling shit, Man, so what's everybody on, bro? I see a few people that are viewing it, which I appreciate y'all taking some of the time to come and rock with me on this stream. You feel me? But I don't really see I don't really see anybody on the chat like that. You know what I'm saying? Chat, is this real chat? Let's see what's up. Yeah, so that's the brass here. All right, let's make sure it sounds cool at the end. As cool as it is. Yeah, but let's see how it sounds when it's looped. That's cool. I could live with that. So yeah. Yeah, I could live with that. That's cool, man. Let's consolidate that. Let's double check again. That's cool with me. And call that brass hit. Brass hits. That's on the loop one. Here we go. All right, so let's see. It's rendering now. And then synth brass. Okay, that's the one I did with the art. Bro, I'm gonna show y'all this plugin. I'm sure y'all seen it before. It's cool. I mean, they made it after a piece of actual hardware synth. But I remember when I first, where is it at, bro? I remember when I first started making beats, and I got this plugin back in the days, and this plugin I got it. I got it cracked or whatever. Let me see on freeze tracks. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was like my thing when I was like 17, 16, like crack softwares, bro. I had everything cracked. I don't think there was one thing that I purchased back then, Now it's the opposite. Like literally everything is, I've purchased. It's like I don't have not one crack thing, one crack plugin in my computer anymore. And it's crazy because like the crack plugins for some reason back in the days, they were stable. I never had any issues. And the second like I buy the plugins, so it's an issue here, issue there, like just crazy. But whatever. Synth brass. But yeah, this plugin right here that I was telling you, like I remember when I first started making beats and I looked at this plugin for the first time, I was like, man, what the fuck is this, bro? Like I don't even know where to begin with. Kind of reminds me like the back of Reason, where you have to like route everything yourself. But let me see if I can let me see. Yeah, this is like let me see. It sounds good though. You know, that's another thing when like what I learned when I was working with PJ Morton in the studio. Um, because I learned a lot from PJ, bro, being in the studio. Like I learned a lot about synths because he got everything in the studio, bro. It's as far as like synth wise, you know. I learned how to use brass as like bass, you know, and like just layering stuff to give it, more like more low end or whatever, It's like that with like the Juno and the Moog and all that other stuff, bro. Combining those things, it tripped me out, you know. It opened up my creativity to a whole different level that I was it's like I had these plugins or I had these tools or whatever, but I never really thought that I could use the brass as a bass. Like nah, but with him, I was like, oh, bro, you could do. He'll use the Juno like and make it sound like it's something new. Same thing with the Moog with the Model D. He'll use that joint and make it sound like it's new. You feel me? It's like, but anyway. See with that, bro, it's like you can actually, yeah. And once you process it, it's crazy. And then with that, I added the cores, the Juno 6 cores or whatever, which is cool. But anyways, let's freeze that and let's go back to it real quick. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We'll go through this. Like I said, I know it's pretty boring and all this other stuff, so there's not really much to learn from it. Um, I think like the main thing that I wanted to talk about this we did already. You feel me? So, but I appreciate everybody who tuned in and who locked in. I'm gonna try to do these. I'm gonna try to do these streams a little bit more often. So that way everybody can learn a little bit here and there. You feel me? But again, appreciate y'all. And if y'all do have any other questions or whatnot, man, just hit me up on Instagram. And I'll do my best to answer back to everyone. But yeah, appreciate everyone, man.